I think the building right now is probably nicer than it was when I went to school here. Uh, it's really a pretty old building, and I think Pace needs to be proud of what we have here because it's really a very, very nice building. I think the people, the PPP that oversaw restoring the building after the school district abandoned it, have done a remarkable job with all the volunteers that have put in thousands of hours in working in the building and making it what you see here today.
Well, when they built the freeway here, they excavated a lot of the hill, got some of the dirt used in building the freeway, some way. So it was a lot different looking hill than it is. It wasn't quite so steep. It was more slanted all the way. Good, really a great sleigh riding hill.
And they come and when he got all planted the grass like it is now, why, everybody would have thought that was an improvement.
I actually went to Peteetneet before they put that newest addition on that side.
The stage and things on the north side, they added that in, what, 62, 65, somewhere in there.
But my grandmother, Daisy Manuel was her maiden name, she actually drew a picture of Peteetneet in 1901 or 1902 when it was first made. It doesn't say Peteetneet on it because they called it the Utah County School.
The Peteetneet School was a good place to go, a safe place to go. Nobody got hurt unless they fell off of something, but it was a good, safe place to go. The teachers were well taught so that they would transfer their messages to us, that we might make a better place for us to live.
I just remembered it was a really close-knit school. It was small. They only had one grade for every level. Like second grade only had one teacher. First grade only had one teacher. And I remember first grade was only half a day in those days. So I only went to school for half a day in first grade as well as kindergarten. So it was small, very small and very homey.
We lived on the west end of town, as I told you, and I went to the Taylor School, which was down by Taco Time. So we were on the wrong end of town, you know. I mean, everybody went to Peteetneet were east, and we were westerners, and so we got chased home every night. I remember one night they were chased, and it was always by gangs. It wasn't just by one person. The gangs that chased us, and I can remember running up on a porch, knocking on the door, hollering, "Uncle, Uncle," and they thought my uncle lived there, and I didn't know who lived there, and they ran.
It was the PPP, that's the People Preserving the Peteetneet, got together. When the architects went in to check it out, they found that the architecture was nice, but the insulation was bad. And so then they decided they'd have to tear it down. Then the word spread in Peteetneet, and so the PPP was organized, and that they just worked so hard and raised thousands of dollars and rebuilt it. And so that's why it's there today, and it's used more than I think any other building in Peteetneet. It's always busy.
When they first started deciding that they weren't going to let elementary or kids go to school there because it was an earthquake hazard, my kids were at that school. I think it was, I'm not sure if all of them were there, but I know Jill was there, and so they had to stop in the middle of a school year, and they had to go to a different school. So they split the grades up. And some of them went to Parkview, and some of them came down to Barnett Schools, where I teach school down there. And so my kids actually went there the very last year that anybody went to school there.